Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having... Oh, yeah, I forgot I shifted this thing a bit earlier. Hope you're having a good evening. It's a late night stream, I guess. But, so yeah, it'll be kind of short tonight. But, let's see. So I went... I finished the Nanami route, the little sister route, yesterday. And that'll probably be the last time I ever speak of the Nanami route again. And then I went route hunting again. Took a couple cracks at trying to get the Yua route as well as the Sena route. Second attempt on the Sena route, I managed to get it. So we are going to go ahead with the Sena route this time. I haven't actually reached the branch yet, the branch in the story, but I think we will probably get to that tonight at least. So yeah, I think we'll go with the green delusion here. I mean, we're on the Sena route, so we might as well do the green Sena delusions, right? Okay, so this is the scene where he follows the white chain here into the train car that's just kind of sitting in the middle of the city, I guess. And Sena invites him in, so I stopped. I tried to think as hard as I could. If I ran, what would she do? Would she come after me, swinging her D-sword? I tried to imagine the scene, and it seemed so completely plausible that I quickly stopped. What if I went inside? She liked me. Maybe she wouldn't hurt me. Maybe I could even convince her to sell me a D-sword. It wouldn't be easy to get her to agree, but she might at least be willing to tell me where they were sold. She seemed like she was waiting for me too. That meant she had at least some interest in me. She looked scary, but what if she was actually a good person? That happened a lot with tsundere characters, right? Maybe I was being too optimistic. But the one thing I was sure of was that she wouldn't just kill me the second I walked in. I could be totally confident of that. This was the middle of Shibuya. We were right in front of Hachiko. There were hundreds of people around us. Killing me in front of all these people would be suicide for Sena. I took a deep breath and stepped inside the train car. Wait. Nanami ending being so tragic. Taku escapes his own reality. Yeah, I suppose now that you mention it, it is. I guess that ending can basically be interpreted as he basically chose the fake Nanami, so he chose to not accept reality. So yeah, there is some tragedy to that, I suppose. But still, bro, even if she is the fake Nanami, like, anyway, like I said, we don't talk about the Nanami route anymore. Okay, wait. So, where do we? Okay, so here I think he's still trying to like research about the. Well, okay, he's researching about the that whole thing about the patent for like um yeah, basically like trying to transmit your delusions to like other people or whatever. So in front of Shibuya Station, there's an old train car called the Green Frog that's open to visitors. Sena Aoi was sitting inside the car. She bit her thumbnail as she watched people coming and going outside, a bored expression on her face. This was where she'd met Takumi Nishijo the other day, and now she was back here again. She didn't go to school. She didn't think she had time. There was a constant sense in her mind that time was running out. It made her angry and annoyed, and she took it out on everyone she met.
どこにいる？頭。
Sena said to herself, her voice filled with hate. She stuffed a hand into her uniform pocket and took out a single piece of paper. Okay, wait, Hatano is her father, right? It looked to have come from a small memo pad and was badly wrinkled. Written on the paper was a complex row of numbers and letters that seemed to be some kind of formula. But perhaps because it was written in pencil, or maybe because so much time had passed since it was written, the writing was faded to the point of almost being impossible to read. The most you could make out was IR2. It was something that Sena's father had once written. It wasn't a keepsake or a treasured memory. To Sena, it was something she needed to keep from forgetting how much she hated him. Sena's family had once been happy, but ever since her father had written that formula on this piece of paper, things had slowly, quietly, but surely started to go wrong. Sena's father was a scientist working for a large corporation. Sena was only in elementary school at the time, and she didn't really know what he did, but she knew he was a busy man. He almost never came home. When he did, he was always really nice to her, but he'd never be home for more than a day. He'd be back to work almost immediately. At the time, she wasn't mad at him for never being home, but she had almost no memories of her family eating dinner together, which bothered her a little. Then one day, about 6.5 years ago, her normally calm and quiet father came home in a flurry of excitement.
セナ、父さんはすごい発見をしたぞ。これはノーベル賞どころの騒ぎじゃない。
何がそんなにすごいの？
この公式はこれまでの世界の仕組みをも変えるだろう。それほどの大発見なんだ。
Then he took a sheet off a memo pad to write out the IR2 formula for her. Yeah, but wait a sec. Didn't Takumi come up with that before he did?
ずっと探していたんだよ。父さんではどうしても思いつけなかった。プロジェクトノアは停滞していた。手詰まりだった。だがこの方式があれば計画は次の段階に進めるんだ。
Nose is itchy.
まさかあんなところで見つけるなんて思いもしなかったよ。これはまさに信仰の救いだね。東京駅だ。たまたま通りかかったんだ。本当に偶然だった。セナは東京駅に行ったことはあったかな。やたら広いだろう、あの駅の構内は。その構内の一角にたくさんの作文が展示されていたんだ。文部省の全国なんとか作文コンクールとか、そんな名前の展覧会だったよ。優秀な子供たちの作文が飾ってあってね。セナ知ってるかい？もしかして応募したりしたかい？
わかんない。多分知らない。
セナが出ればきっとセナも優秀作品に選ばれていたんじゃないかな。
そんなことないよ。私、作文は苦手。
そうか？もっと自信を持つべきだと思うがな。
ねえ、作文がすごい大発見だったんだ。
いやー、違う違う。そうじゃないんだ。作文なんてどうでもいいんだよ。重要だったのはその裏に書かれていた落書きなんだ。
Okay, so that means he literally just stole it from Takumi's paper.
そこに飾られていた作文は透明のプラスチックの額に収められていてね、裏側も見ることができた。それは多分演出とかそういうものじゃない。たまたま透明なだけだったんだろうね。きっと主催者には作文の裏の落書きを見せようなんて気はなかったはずなんだ。だからこの公式を父さんが見る確率はそれこそ天文学的数字だったわけさ。これが奇跡というやつなのかな。
公式っていうことは算数なんだね。
ああ、そうだよ。すごく難しい算数だ。
算数で世界を変えられちゃったりするのかな。
ああ、変えられるよ。父さんの研究はね、世界を変えることなんだ。
ほんと？信じられないな。
いつか証明してあげるよ。見ていてくれ、セナ。
6.5 years had passed since then. Sena gritted her teeth and shoved the paper back in her pocket. She looked up at the cloudy sky outside the windows. Her dad had been right. The world was about to change. Things around Sena had already changed dramatically. The world was being reborn into something ugly and awful. The worst kind of world imaginable.
そんな世界は作らせない。奴を殺して私が止めてやる。
I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Skip on ahead. Okay.
お前だな。
Did I do the green for this already? I actually don't remember. Oh wait, isn't this the one where he yells back at her or whatever and then like tries to like assert his dominance or whatever? Okay, well this is where she's accusing him of making the flower bed that saved Ayase's fall, so Sena's hot breath tickled my cheek. Her face was close enough that I worried she might bite me. Sena glared at me from up close. Oh, maybe it might have been the red delusion I was thinking of. And something soft was pressed against my lips. I couldn't understand what had just happened, and I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to pass out. I tried to run, but Sena was holding me too tight for me to even move. Something soft and wet slipped between my lips. It licked at my gums and intertwined itself with my tongue, having its way with my mouth. I didn't know what was going on, but for some reason, it felt so good. It still hurt to breathe, though. I felt like I was about to pass out. Just before everything went black, whatever it was finally withdrew from my mouth. Sena's lips were wet with saliva. The murder in her eyes was gone, replaced with something like lust. Had she just kissed me?
お前こそ勇者だ。お前の力を私に貸せ。私と一緒に戦え。拒否するのは許さない。
I didn't understand what she was saying at all, but she sounded angry. She brought her face close to mine once more. She pushed her lips against me hard, forcing her tongue into my mouth. Her hot breath and sweet saliva both poured into me.
私は勇者に純潔を捧げるために生まれてきた巫女だ。
I wondered idly what H game she was taking that from.
お前がいないとこの戦いには勝てない。さあ、血の契約を交わそう。
Sena bit my lip hard. I winced in pain as the taste of blood filled my mouth.
お前が欲しい。
This wasn't how you were supposed to ask when you wanted something from someone. None of what she was saying made any sense either. But the way it seemed like she was almost raping me was really turning me on.
おい、無視するな。
I came back to my senses. Sena was still grabbing me hard and pushing me against the playground equipment. Her face was still right up against mine. Our eyes met, and I could feel my own face getting hot.
その力のことを誰に教わったんだって聞いているんだ。
I had no memory of being asked that at all. Had it happened while I was fantasizing about her forcing herself on me? I had no idea what was going on, but Sena was still shaking me violently.
誰からだ？答えろ。天聖信仰会とは関係あるのか、ないのか。
Cosmic Church of the what now? I shook my head frantically. I couldn't breathe. I was going to suffocate. I was passing out, dying. I couldn't stay awake. Just before I passed out, Sena suddenly let go of me. I collapsed where I stood. I coughed and tried to force as much air into my lungs as I could. Was Sena my enemy after all? Was she working with Shogun too? If so, I had to get out of here.
関係ないならいい。悪かった。
Sena saw my confusion and looked momentarily annoyed. Then she sighed. She turned to leave. And that's the end of that.
よし、繋がった。
I just gotta do this, huh? I guess we could just overwrite this for now. Okay, what is it? No. Yes. No. Okay. Okay, hold on. We're in chapter 7 now, so I'm thinking the branch should probably happen here pretty soon. Okay, we'll just go neutral on these.
だから価値はなくないよ。
よかったら I think we already did the green on this, but let's see here. Okay, yep. Wait, we're on chapter 8 now and it still hasn't branched? What is going on here? Sure we got the right deal? Yeah, it says the branch should have happened in chapter 7, and yet it hasn't. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Or wait, is this the branch here? The 7th murder. Another one. Another new gen murder. How long was this going to keep happening? Would the next one be the one where they finally got me? Or the one after that? Anyway, had Grimm gotten a job at the new gen advertising division or something? He was constantly telling me about them whenever one happened. Once again, he'd posted a bunch of links to news sites, too. This must have been his way of telling me to look at them. I clicked the link and bit down hard on my lip. Okay, wait. Bodies of 3 men were found hanging from a transmission tower. Okay, yeah, I think we've seen this one before. Yeah, we've seen these. Okay, I'm not gonna read through this because I think this is the same as what we've read through before.
今日午前4時50分ごろ、東京都渋谷区の線路沿いで男性3人の他殺死体が鉄柱に吊り下げられているのを通りかかった新聞販売員の男性が発見しました。警察の調べによりますと、殺されたのはいずれも渋谷区に住む無職藤田康平さん、大学生の安沢三郎さん、とび職の高木亮さんの3人です。3人とも胴体の部分が切断され、それぞれの上半身と下半身が別々に入れ替えられて糸で縫合されていました。3人の額にはそれぞれ謎の傷がつけられており、 警察では犯人からのメッセージではないかとみて調べています。渋谷では2ヶ月ほど前から猟奇殺人事件が頻発しており、警察では今回の事件も同一犯による犯行の可能性が高いとみて捜査を続けています。
The last video I saw showed the faces of the 3 murdered men. I recognized their faces.
ああ、あいつらだ。昨日僕に絡んできた。
I gave them my wallet, but they still attacked me anyway. I passed out, and when I woke up, Kazupi was there. The 3 of them were covered in blood. I took my wallet out of my pocket and stared at it. When I'd woken up, Kazupi was holding my wallet, and she'd given it back to me. Could she be the one who... No, that wasn't right. When I'd seen them last, their faces were smashed up and they were covered in blood, but they certainly weren't sliced in half. They'd been killed after Kazupi and I had left. It had to be Shogun. He was taunting me. He was trying to destroy my mind. I felt like I was about to throw up. My stomach was racked with pain. I put my hands up against it hard to try and make it go away. Would I be next? Would the next one finally be the one where I was killed? There was a chance that Shogun would come back. He seemed to be coming after me as some sort of game, which meant the next quest might start whenever he felt like it. That scared me. The only reason I'd wanted a D-sword in the first place was because I was so scared of him. How was I supposed to protect myself from him without the sword? I felt like there was a knife at my throat, like somebody was saying they could kill me at any time. Please, just leave me alone. What did I ever do to you? I'm just so tired of this all. Somebody save me. Where did Rimi go? Wasn't she supposed to protect me? No, I couldn't count on Rimi anymore. I'd gone to school today and she hadn't even been there. It was like she'd never been there at all. I needed somebody to protect me. Somebody other than her. And the first person that came to mind was...
お前が望むと望まないとにかかわらず、もしこれ以上踏み込んでくるようなら、負を正にするぐらいの強い意識を持つんだな。中途半端な気持ちじゃ妄想に食われるだけだぞ。
Sena Aoi. She'd given me that warning before we'd said goodbye the other day. She knew something. She had a D-sword. She looked kind of strong, too. Would she save me? I needed her to. Really badly. Okay, so I think we're finally on the branch now. The next day, I headed to the area in front of the station. I didn't want to go at all. The events at O-Front had left me with traumatic memories of Scramble Crossing. And there were so many people around, like always, and the Hachiko statue especially had so many couples around it. Everybody was either grinning at me or pointing their cell phone cameras at me. If I looked behind me, I'd see the huge O-Front building where I'd humiliated myself last night. The videos from that night were probably online, where they'd be shared around the globe for the rest of eternity. There was no way I'd ever manage to get them all deleted. People would be using that video to make fun of me until the day I died. I was so frustrated, sad, and irritated that I wanted to run away. But if I did, Shogun would kill me. So I stayed. I tried my best not to look at the people around me, and then, trembling, I set foot inside the train car they called the Green Frog. Sena Aoi was there, just like I thought she'd be. She was the only one in the car. I'd never thought about it before, but maybe the reason that nobody else came in was that she'd done something, somehow. Was it her gigalomaniac power?
お前か。エラーを見つけたのか。
I shook my head a little and offered her the garugari coons I'd bought at the store. This was what the Japanese called nothing special. I brought you this gift. It's nothing special, but oh, thank you. I was following Japanese tradition, you see. If you went to see someone, you were expected to bring a gift. I didn't expect her to protect me for free. I'd pay her 3 garugari-kun popsicles a day. With an offer like that, Sena was sure to agree.
くれるのか。ありがとう。
Sena took them with much less questioning than I'd thought. She'd fallen for my trap.
西条は何味が好きだ。私は断然ソーダ味だな。
She ripped open the plastic and took out the popsicle. Maybe I was imagining it, but it felt like she had a grin on her face. She must really like garugari-kun. Sena, if you eat too many, you'll get sick.
僕がコーラ味。
Cola is soda.
なんだと。コーラ味なんて邪道だ。ふざけるな。
すいません。
She got mad at me. I didn't think it was worth getting mad at someone over, but I couldn't upset her here.
それで。
She gave me a questioning glance as she began to nibble on her popsicle.
私に何か用か。
Ugh. Could Sena do anything to make herself look less intimidating? She always looked so angry. All I was doing was asking her for help, but I felt like my nervousness was going to kill me. I wasn't even that good at talking to 3D girls in the first place. I took several deep breaths and somehow managed to calm myself down.
僕を助けてほしい。
どういう意味だ。
僕はニュージェネの真犯人に、狙われてる。この前話したでしょ。将軍っていうやつなんだ。
So, wait, does Sena know at this point who the new gen killer is? Or about, you know, Suwa and the nurse?
僕はきっとそいつに思考盗撮されてる。
思考盗撮か。そいつ何者だ。
知るもんか。僕が聞きたいぐらいだ。
この渋谷で思考盗撮できる連中なんて限られてる。ギガロマニアックスか、あるいは望みの連中か。
のぞみ
Okay, so she already knows about Nozomi.
のぞみテクノロジープロジェクトノアによって世界を手に入れようとしてる。
What? Isn't that what they usually call a conspiracy theory? Maybe Shogun was working with them.
僕を助けてよ。頼むよ。
I started to feel worse and worse. I just wanted somebody to cling to, somebody to save me. Sena took another bite of her garugari-kun. Her eyes narrowed.
言ったはずだ。中途半端な気持ちで踏み込むなら妄想に食われると。お前には覚悟があるか？
ないよ。あるわけないだろ。僕がただ助けてくれって言ってるんだ。こんなのもううんざりなんだ。なんで僕ばっかり。
I dropped to my knees. Forget about me. Protect me. What did I ever do to any of you? I didn't want to do anything.
覚悟はなしか。
I could feel her cold gaze. I knew how pathetic I looked. I couldn't look up.
だがその将軍というやつは気になるな。もし望みの人間ならニュージェネ事件も連中が起こしてるということか。だとしたらそれを捨ておくわけには。
She was looking out the window and mumbling to herself. She was frowning, lost in thought, but still eating her garugari-kun popsicle. After a moment, she stood up from her chair and came over to me.
私に守ってほしいのか？
Damn it. Why did she always have to look down on me whenever we spoke? Did she think she was a queen or something? In my mind, I was angry at her, but in the real world, I was just nodding along helplessly.
それはつまり私とお前はこれから行動を共にするという意味だ。それでもいいんだな。
I'm okay with anything as long as you'll protect me. My top priority now was protecting myself from Shogun, my greatest enemy.
本当に守ってくれるなら文句は言わない。
決まりだ。
She reached out her hand. I didn't know what she meant, so I just stared at her long, lithe fingers. She looked frustrated for a second before grabbing me and pulling me to my feet. Our eyes met for a second. She was looking into my face at point-blank range, so I quickly looked down. She let go.
じゃあ行くぞ。
She turned her back to me.
行くってどこへ？
のぞみテクノロジーの本社だ。
Wait, what?
はあ？
これから乗り込む。
Bro, she's just gonna jump straight to Nozomi HQ just like that? Break in to the enemy's HQ? No, no, no. What was this idiot thinking? Was she suicidal or something? I'd screwed up. I was an idiot to go to her for help. I'm not going. I'm definitely not going there. I'm the guy who says to the hero, "You can't go. It's suicide." Not the hero who actually goes and commits suicide. I stood there with my mouth open, gaping like a fish. Sena ignored me and left the train car. I decided there was no way I was going anywhere. And then I realized my arm couldn't move. I looked down at my body. There was a white chain wrapped around me. It was wrapped tight, too. I tried to pull it off, but it didn't move. Who'd put it there? When? What was going on here?
グズグズするな。
Sena looked at me, poking her head up against the train car window. The chain holding my body jerked forward. I tried to stay where I was, but my body wasn't moving like it should. The chain led outside the car and ended in Sena's hand. She was holding it. Sena was holding the chain. So she was the one pulling it? So this was some kind of public humiliation fetish, like with a dominatrix and her slave then. Okay, I can work with that. Wait, no I can't. Ugh. I was such an idiot to come to Sena for help. She was the worst choice. Somebody help me. This isn't fair. Okay, yeah, I am definitely zonking out now, so I think we're just gonna stop here for tonight. Um, all right, well, I'll be back again tomorrow. And we should be able to do Cyberpunk along with Chaos Head. So, see y'all tomorrow and have a good night.